2.
Welcome.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Would you sleep with sick women?
I may be pregnant, but I'm still a man.
Spank the unruly ones.
It's indecent, it's vulgar, it's blasphemous.
I'm gonna ride you till you can't stand up.
Come on, let's go down.
All right, keep your shirt on.
LoveLine's meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Here's LoveLine with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Tonight our guests are Scott, Aaron, and Tavis, all of Real Big Fish. Good evening, gentlemen.
Hello.
Real Big Fish is having a real big year. Probably not a real well-known band before 97 rolled around, at least in parts other than their own. They hail from Orange County. I had the pleasure of bringing them out on stage at the House of Blues. I guess it must have been about 2 months ago.
Yeah, about that.
Something like that.
A partisan crowd, by the way. I don't know.
Or against.
Oh, they were for them.
Yeah.
Not our kind of partisan crowd, Drew. Real Big Fish kind of partisan crowd.
Good.
I think maybe some parents were there. It was like a PTA fundraiser. I mean, it was like
We're big among parents.
The parents love us.
Yeah, it's good, clean rock and roll. You take a Real Big Fish CD, you turn it backwards and play it, and you know what, Drew?
Sounds like hell.
It says, love your folks. But it's
all Disney songs, actually, if you play it backwards.
It's a small world comes on when
over and over again.
But it was a great show. I had to cut out about 4 or 5 songs into the set, unfortunately, because I had to come here. And then we saw them at the K-Rock Weenie Roast a few weeks back, and now they're on the Warp Tour, which is heading out to, no, wait a minute.
Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. You guys, because you're relatively new on the scene, and we've been playing Sell Out as like one of our breakers.
Right, for a long time.
For a long time, and I'm sure most of the stations we're on around the country are playing this. We can play the song, and so people can sort of match a song to the band, because people might not necessarily... I'm sure everyone knows the song and may not necessarily know the band that does the song, so we're going to eliminate all confusion. We'll play Sell Out, and then we'll come back, and they'll get the respect they deserve, instead of people calling in and just talking to Drew about their penis. All right.
That's what we want to hear.
Mike? Oh, well, don't worry. There'll be plenty of that. You ready? All right. Off of Turn the Radio Off, this is Real Big Fish with Sell Out.
All right.
You to hear. Tell me it's cool, I just don't believe it. Sell out with me, oh yeah. Sell out with me tonight. The record companies only give me lots of money, and everything's gonna be alright. No more flipping burgers, putting on my silly hat. You know I don't want that no more. And I didn't ask when we get paid. lots of money, and everything's gonna be. And I don't think it'll be so bad. And I know it won't be so bad. 'Cause the man said that's the way it is. And the man said it don't get better than this. No, no, no. So I signed on to the record company. They said they're gonna give me lots of money if I play what they want you to hear. Tell me it's cool, and I sure believe it. Sell out with me, oh yeah, sell out with me tonight. The record company's gonna give me lots of money, and everything's gonna be alright. Yeah, 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 yeah. The record company is gonna make everything alright.
I can't work in fast food all my life. Real Big Fish is here tonight, and I'm just a big sucker for the horns, so
All right.
I'm enjoying all the airplay that the song is currently receiving here in L.A., and I'm guessing around the country if your record vermin are doing what they're paid for. All right, so why don't we go to the calls, because you guys were on here 6 months ago when I was not here.
True. Yeah.
And that's why we had an uncomfortable moment out there, because Drew and myself rarely remember guests who are on the show. Sometimes just on the same night, like into the 11 o'clock hour. I can't remember who was on.
Who are you guys?
Yeah, who are you guys?
What are you doing in here?
And where's my hymen? That's Drew's line. But so when you guys, Drew, you said, oh no, you guys said you guys listened to an air check of yourself last time you were in here, right?
Yeah.
And you'd listened to it and you'd critiqued it. And all LoveLine second time LoveLine guests should do this. They should sit down and listen to their tape.
Recommended for return visitors. Yeah.
Right, and tweak it a little bit. A little less of this, a little more of that, whatever.
In fact, maybe the host ought to listen to air checks once in a while.
No, I never have.
I know.
I don't, because my voice even drives myself crazy. I go into an epileptic seizure. But you guys mentioned that you're on 6 months ago, and I was going, oh, crap, I don't remember. But Chris Hardwick was sitting in at that time. But Drew, you should have remembered.
I was chastised last night. Remember, I said they were on a couple months ago, and you went, they've never been on here. You remember this?
All right. All right, Drew, don't embarrass me in front of the boys.
You
Get
don't
like
like us, do
a
you?
wind instrument in my ass. Jen, 24.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
How you doing? First, I have to say that you guys have a great radio show, but I'm really bummed because I've just moved to a place that does not carry it.
How do you know it's on then?
Well, because I used to listen to it where I used to live.
Where do you move now? Where'd you live?
Clever
I'm in
girl.
the Boston area now.
We're on in Boston.
Yeah. It's a great place. I love it.
Wait. We're on, Jen, we're on in Boston.
You are? Where?
FNX.
FN. Okay. All right. Good to know.
Now it's not F and the letter X. It's pronounced F and X. Like
We're on frickin' X.
right,
man.
on frickin' X.
From
Yeah.
this area. But,
All right.
I was living down in D.C. before. And I caught Real Big Fish at the HF Festival. You guys are awesome.
Thank you
Hey,
very
thanks.
much.
I bought your album after that, and I am now a fan.
Hey, that's
All right.
Yeah,
makes
I
us
love the
feel
horns, too.
special.
Wow, that's the way it's supposed to work.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah, everyone else should take a clue from her and go buy her album.
Okay.
Become a fan.
Yeah, she's cool. Do what she does.
Yeah.
Okay, my question is, I'm 24, and I have relatively no history whatsoever with guys at all. And it's, I'm just kind of getting a little worried now. I'm wondering, is there something seriously wrong?
Have you ever gone on a date?
Huh?
Have you ever gone on a date?
Nope.
Never.
Never.
Have you ever been asked out?
I was asked out once, and I actually had a conflict and couldn't go.
Sorry, Uncle Lou, I will not be able to attend the fireman's formal with you.
Did you socialize with your peers in mixed crowds? I mean, did you go to parties and things?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, totally.
And you have guys who are friends?
Yeah, tons of guys.
All right, there's 5 guys sitting here trying to guess how much you weigh. It's really sad. It's a really sad indictment of our society, but I know that's what's going through every guy's mind.
I knew that was going to happen. I knew the question was going to come up. No, I'm not that heavy. I'm not a stick.
No.
That's good.
Well, what are you?
Well, let's just say if I was living in the Renaissance, I'd probably be a babe.
All right, but
Voluptuous.
I'm 5'10". I'm like a size 10. You know, I'm not.
All right, talk in pounds, not in dress sizes here.
I weigh about 140.
All right. And what height are you?
5'10".
Oh, please.
That's not
That's
bad at all.
No, there's plenty of guys who are into that.
Yeah, I used to have a weight problem years and years ago, but I don't anymore. And
Well, that could account for some of the dry years.
yeah, but I've moved around a lot too.
Is there
so it's
anything,
not
though, about the way you conduct yourself with men that you might be pushing them away?
Well, I don't know. I'm a very straightforward person. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. My roommate and I once had an argument about this. She said I should flirt more. And I'm not very big on flirting. It's just like, it never comes naturally to me.
All right, but are you being picky? I mean, are you turning down guys when they're making, guys may not be asking you out, but they may be getting to the point where they're asking you out by sort of thumping you like a melon. Guys will do that. It's like they're going through the produce section.
That's figuratively, right?
Well, they want to know that
They're not going to eat the melon right there in the aisle, but they're looking to bring something home and see what they can,
you want to go out?
They want to know they're not going to be rejected. And if they get a sense that you're likely to push them away, or you start pushing away before they even ask, they're going to stay away.
Right,
I guess I have no clues there as far as...
All right, but let me give you a clue. A guy will come up, maybe the guy will be interested, and the guy will say something like, gee, this Jurassic Park thing's, oh, boy, it's a big to-do. I'm thinking about maybe seeing that this weekend. And then if you chime in and go, it's Spielberg, he's killing the wetlands. He's a bastard. I'm chaining myself to a tractor tomorrow morning. Okay. Then that's it. There's no asking out after that.
No, I'm not like that at all. In fact, like, all of my guy friends have, I guess I could be described more as a tomboy, but all of my guy friends they've always said, like, wow, I can talk to you about the stupidest things, and you totally know what I'm talking about.
So you're consistently stuck in the friend role.
Huh?
Consistently stuck in the role of friend in relation to guys.
Yes. Oh, constantly.
Have you had any sex?
Oh, no.
No? Never? Virgin?
Okay, well, I'm going to, this is probably going to open up a can of worms, but I was molested as a kid.
All right.
But I went through tons and tons of counseling. I'm broke now, and I can't go into counseling anymore. But
okay. All right, well,
I mean, I'm pretty okay with that now.
Yeah, but something is coming out of you. Your subconscious is speaking to all these guys in some way.
Yeah, I guess there's like this invisible stamp across my head, and I can't figure out exactly what...
Well, maybe was it a guy that did this to you?
There was twice. One was a woman and one was a guy.
And how old were you when it first started?
4. There was an episode going 4 to 7 that was a woman. And then,
you had a woman molest you from 4 to 7?
Yeah.
Who was this?
Oh, she was 16. She was a babysitter.
Wow. And then when did the guy, when did the woman tag out and the guy come in?
That started around the time of 9.
You know what?
How long did that go on?
Huh?
How long did that go on?
Till 12.
Okay.
Well, you know what?
Listen, next time when we're spending 20 minutes guessing about your weight, jump right in with the molestation part.
Okay,
it really would help.
It's not, I don't just go up to say, hi, I was molested, how you doing?
But there's got to be some residual, at least anger or ambivalence or some emotional chaos, and that comes out. People pick up on that stuff. Hey, there's some data going to come out in the New England Journal this week that published a Canadian study where they showed that something like 1 in 8 women have been sexually abused at some point in their life, and something like 1 in 4 males are either sexually or physically abused.
Right.
Which that means 25% of the population basically is going to be in trouble.
Oh, well, maybe we should just up it to like 80 or 90%, become the majority, and that'll become the new way of society.
Well, I'm thinking there are 5 of us in here, so
someone's gotten goose twice. That's the way I'm looking at it. Hey, well, let me tell you something about these studies. These studies are right up there with Are You an Alcoholic study.
No, I've got it in the car. I'll bring it in.
Well, go get it now. Get it now. We don't need you.
I'll get it.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, now lock the door behind me. Drew's going out to the car. This is just fabulous radio. Drew, I was kidding. Come on. Joe.
Well, we lost him.
That's all right. The show's better without him.
No, I don't know what's wrong with that.
Hey, don't monkey with that. Joe.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
Okay,
what do you know?
Okay, I'm 19, and,
Hey, so am I. It's all right.
Okay.
We know how it is. It's a hard time.
Okay, well, I'm sort of, gay.
You're gay.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
So is Tavis.
Okay, I have been for a while, and I don't want to be. I tried, like, last year, like, through self-hypnosis and that sort of thing.
You tried not to be gay?
Right.
Uh-huh.
And for, like, a week, it worked, and, you know, I was having, like, straight dreams and that sort of thing. And, then my will just completely disappeared, and I fell back to being, gay.
Have you had, is the Bahymen intact?
Is it, what?
The Bahymen. Is that in one piece?
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's...
So you've not been with a man?
No, never.
Oh, okay. Well, got a lot of guys who are gay who've never been with a man.
It's hard to find the right person.
Hey, a lot of guys who are heterosexual never been with a woman.
Well,
Drew, go get something else from the car, would you? What's your smart ass?
Got your study.
But it's even harder when you're a guy, like finding a girl, or it's hard enough to find a girl that's right for you.
Right.
But finding a guy that you like and is gay.
Look at it this way. Look at it this way.
Right, Tavis? Right. That's what you told me.
I couldn't get laid in high school, for instance, to save my life. And
how do you know you're heterosexual?
All right, Drew. We're going to shut your mic off if you don't be quiet. Now, here's the deal. If they say only, 8-9% of the population is gay, I'm at least having a clean shot at, a much larger percentage of the population and can't score in high school. I could only imagine how difficult it would be if you were gay. So, Joe, but you're not really interested because you're still struggling with your sexuality, right?
No. I know what I am. My question is, how can I...
How do you live with it? No,
anyway.
No, you don't change back. I mean, most homosexual males, most, not all, but most, when they realize that's what they are, don't want to be that. They want to change back. And many of them try to live a heterosexual life. And guess what? They get married, they have families, and then those families fall apart because they're denying who they really are. It's very painful, Joe, and it's something that a lot of people go through. You need to contact the Gay and Lesbian Youth Center near you and get some support from and talk to people who have been through this, because it is an extremely painful process for some people. And you will get through it. Everyone does get through it typically.
Well, but let me just do a little research on you, Joe. Are your folks religious?
Sort of, not very.
And that's usually where most of the fear is directed at the parents, that they're afraid to tell the parents.
Are you worried about your folks?
Sort of, but my main concern is it would make my life so much easier.
Of course it would.
I mean...
It'd make your life easier if you were straight.
Yeah.
It'd also make your life the way you expected it to be and wanted it to be. You probably wanted to have a wife and kids and whatnot, and it's not in the cards.
Yeah, but the gay life is better ultimately. I mean, once you get over the part of coming out of the closet, it really is. I've seen Drew's life. Believe me.
I see.
He's got the triplets. He's got the wife. He's got nannies running all over the place, and not the French nanny type, not the kind they have in like the Dean Martin movies. I'm talking the real life nannies. Lots of tough Russian-built women just kicking Drew's ass through the kitchen. And the gay life ultimately is a better life.
Two breadwinners.
I was sitting around with Dickie from the Bosstones today. We went out and had breakfast, and we were complaining about women, and I said to him, and I don't know how this is going to sound, but I said, I need a third species. I'm not into guys, but women are a little too much. There's a little too much woman there for me. I don't get along with them either. I need a little something in between.
Like dogs. Or...
He got a little freaky when I said that, and he scooted his chair away. No, I just mean I think if I could be sexually attracted to a man, ultimately I would be happier shacking up with one of my buddies if I was really turned on by the guy. But unfortunately, I don't have that. I'm not as lucky as a guy like Joe. Joe, you're blessed.
It's cool to be gay now.
That's right.
Everybody, it's okay now.
It's very gauche.
Hey.
I was just at the parade.
But it's not okay to Joe. And it's not okay for Joe's family. It's not okay for Joe's peer. And that's the reality for a lot of young people. But you got to take this very seriously. I mean, young gay males have a very common instance of depression. They have the most common, or the highest percentage of completed suicides by young gay males. And you need to get support from other young people who've been through this and call almost every major...
Did you give the number?
I don't know where he's calling from.
All right, just call. Open the phone book.
Yeah, they're in every city.
Your score there for sure, and they got caroms. So, Rena.
It's Karina.
Karina?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, you're 24. Yes.
Yes. You guys have a terrific show. Great public service you're doing for everybody.
Thank you.
You have a question for Real Big Fish.
Hey.
Okay.
We get to talk.
You guys 5 times now in Chicago land. Saw you in Milwaukee 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
That was a good
I'm going
show.
to see you again at Warp Tour in 3 weeks.
Did you throw quarters at us?
No, I didn't. I threw flowers.
We got 30 bucks. Oh, you were one
that
of
was you.
Oh,
You were
wow.
the flower girl.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Where are you calling from, Karina?
Chicago.
Chicago. So I guess Warp Tour will be coming through there in a few weeks.
Yes, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing them again.
Well, thank you.
2 questions for the guys.
What's that?
How old are you guys? Because I think me and my boyfriend are your oldest fans out there, always.
They were born after Adam and I graduated from high school.
No, not after I graduated. I graduated in 82.
Oh, okay.
We're not that young.
I was slated to graduate in 82.
Well, my boyfriend's 30 and I'm 24, so I'm guessing
30?
I'm probably older than a couple of guys in the band.
But you're older than all the guys in the band.
You are,
actually.
yeah.
We're all pretty young.
By a lot.
By
How
most.
old's Aaron?
Aaron's what are you, 22 now?
22.
Holy wow.
I'll be 23 in August.
And Matt?
Matt's 24.
Okay.
Andrew's 24. I'm actually the youngest in the 24,
band.
though.
Tavis is the youngest. He's still 19.
Yeah, I don't turn 20 for another week.
Matt. He's a
Thanks.
cutie pie. All the girls love him.
You don't gotta tell me.
Oh, dear God.
Let me tell you, if you weren't in a band, you'd get nothing.
No kidding.
I was carpet cleaning at 19. Believe me,
Well,
I
you
know.
see, I was a band dork like all the way through high school. And I'm
Right.
still pretty much the same now, but all the girls who would have hated me then are all coming up and talking to me now.
It is paying dividends.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
yes.
the ultimate irony, I think.
But you get the drill team when you're on band.
And you guys are terrific musicians.
Oh, thank you very
thanks.
much.
Fabulous. I mean, you go to see bands and they're like, okay, but you guys are fabulous.
Well, you can't go wrong with those horns blazing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't mean that to be condescending. I just mean it's a great show. There's 10
what
guys
about
up there
me?
on stage.
What about the guitar?
Oh, and the guitars.
Guitar's awesome, huh?
You should break off and do your own thing.
know,
Like
huh?
you're like Al Di Meola. Hey, Karina.
Yes.
We got to go to break.
Okay.
That's enough kissing of the band's ass.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
All right. We'll be back with Real Big Fish after this.
The phone number for LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191. Call now, all you sick kids. LoveLine will be right back.
This is LoveLine on 98 KUPD.
Hi, this is Tony Bennett, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. And tonight our guest is Real Big Fish. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Real Big Fish will be staying with the Warp Tour all the way through to its closure sometime mid-August.
Early August.
Early August. And then you can find them at Soma in San Diego on August 22nd, and then August 23rd, the Hollywood Palladium here in fabulous L.A. Not with any of their Warp buddies, or possibly with a band or two. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, we're bringing some friends.
The Aquabats.
Oh, the Aquabats.
Cars, flowers.
Yeah, Dickie was telling me about the Aquabats
They're
today.
a bunch of nutty guys.
They're
They're
wacky.
wacky.
The Aquabats are these guys. Drew, they're the guys who were...
We saw them. They're running around at the Weenie Roast with
Yeah.
camera.
For the last 2 years, they snuck in.
I did a weird
and-
interview with them. They're very clever. They're
They're
very
crazy
clever guys.
superhero guys.
Yeah, and they play like ska music, I guess, and they do a whole stage show, and I guess they're from L.A.
Yeah.
The
Orange County.
Yeah. Wow, what is going on with this
But they're
Orange
like
County?
a Christian rock thing. They have this
They're
sort of
Mormons.
Bible thing. Yeah, yeah.
They're Mormons.
Yeah.
They won't play on Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And do they do a religious brand of ska music?
Not really.
They're just all about the good, clean fun.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of like that. I mean, you always think in terms of these trends because oftentimes success has nothing to do with talent, and you take a look at like You know, it's like you take a look at like the Spice Girls and you go, hey, damn, why didn't I think of that? You know, but it's not like, oh, hey, that's great music, or all right, they're really rocking me, or whatever. You just go, man, I should have thought of that. Now I'm thinking about it, but they're already here. But Devo, for instance, which was just tremendously huge in the late 70s and early 80s, it's about time for a Devo-esque band to hit the scene. Something a little funky, a little quirky, something in matching outfits.
They're clever.
Oh, yeah.
Clever.
You know, you haven't even seen them play. You just saw them running around.
I did the interview with them.
All right. Screw that.
They're just fun, whether they're playing or not.
Screw the Aquabats. Let's talk about Real Big Fish. So, Warped Tour, and then off back home and starting their own tour. Yes.
I got the articles from JAMA. It was Journal of American Medical Association. Here's the deal. 1 out of 3 boys are physically abused, while 1 out of 8 girls are sexually abused. Out of 10,000 Canadians surveyed, older than 15.
And if that's going on in Canada, it's got to be at least 3 times that over here.
What went through my mind. I thought, oh, where did this? Oh my God, Canada! It's got to be much worse down here.
Right.
They don't even have guns in Canada.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It is. Here's the data.
And they say
30% of males reported physical abuse. 20% of females physical abuse. Sexual abuse, 4.3% of males, 12.8% of females. You can put that factor of 3 on that for it down here.
All right, but
at least.
But Drew, let's be fair. Have you guys ever taken one of these? You open a magazine, "Are you an alcoholic?" Test, and it says something like, "There's like 15 questions. Do you feel that a few drinks loosens you up in social situations?" Yeah. Have you ever drank so much you couldn't remember what you did the night before? Yeah. You ever thrown up or had any kind of physical ailment because of yeah. Have you ever wait out front of a liquor store for a guy named Chet to go in there and score you a 6 or a Mickey's because you're underage? Yeah. And then you read the thing at the end and it says, if you said yes to more than 2 of these, you are a severe alcoholic. But you're not an alcoholic. You just said yes to just about everyone on there.
Just because you repudiate these tests when you turn out positive doesn't mean the tests are necessarily inaccurate. Right. And this was a very carefully maintained, supervised scientific study.
All right, but I don't want to make light of the situation, but it's like every woman in America has been raped now because the time her boyfriend of 24 years got drunk and rolled over on top of her in her sleep. This is now rape, and of course we'll put her into the rape pile.
Let's talk about rape.
Oh, we got a rape question?
Right now, let's
go. I hate that. Jennifer, 17.
Yeah, I just want to say I love your guys' show. I listen to it every night.
Thanks.
I have a question. A couple years ago, my ex-boyfriend and I were in his room and we were making out, and he tried to stick his hands down my pants, and he actually succeeded, and I tried to pull away and say no, but he still did that. Is that considered rape?
It is these days.
Well, it's a sexual assault.
Okay, can I do anything about it still? Because it happened 2 years ago.
I don't see how. I mean, the people are going to call and say, gee, you should make the report because this guy could be doing other things to other women. If you feel up to exposing yourself that way, yes, certainly it could be helpful. But how you'd prove anything and how you would get anything out of it, it's hard to imagine.
What stage of the relationship was this in?
Well, we had just been going out for about...
Has anybody done anything like this to you ever before?
I remember being molested, but I don't really remember who.
I'm guessing
that would be yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter if the guy was wearing a ski mask or something. I mean, I don't want to be mean about it, but
was right.
Molested is molested, and here's probably what's happening. You had an episode of molestation when you were younger. Then this guy came around when you were a little older, sort of took advantage of you. Now the anger that you have toward whoever it was who got you when you're 4 is all being channeled in to this guy who was basically just sort of a jerky boyfriend guy.
Stirring up all those feelings and rekindling all that fury and rage. And that's normal. But Jennifer, deal with that. Forget about this guy. Go get some help for yourself to deal with this abuse, because you'll have trouble in your relationships from now on. It'll be difficult to trust people, difficult to achieve intimacy. This is just sort of what... this guy is...
He's no saint.
Yeah, this guy is glad... Thank goodness he's gone. But... you need to begin to deal with those feelings that you've had about having been abused.
But you did go out with this guy after that then, right?
No.
Oh, I thought you said you had.
Well, we were going out at the time, and then I broke up a couple months later.
Okay, so a couple months is that's almost 8 weeks.
Yeah.
After the episode.
So that wouldn't be immediately after.
So it wouldn't be immediately after, but in terms of the Earth's calendar...
Yeah, geological
time. The time it takes like a glacier to form? That was less than a millisecond.
Right away.
Jennifer, Do you plan to do anything about this? Not about the incident, but about helping yourself or getting help for yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to go to counseling.
All right. Go do that.
Do that, and I would say focus more on the first episode than the second.
Well, let the therapist decide, but also the therapist can help you decide whether or not you should report this second incident and can support you as you do it, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right. Hey, Jennifer?
No.
All right. I wanted a date. No, I was going to say, seriously, look into this, because people, and this is what pisses me off so much about the people who perpetrate these crimes. Is it's bad enough that you rob some 5-year-old of their dignity or terrorize some 7-year-old or rob them of their childhood. But here's what you've really done: you've screwed up the next 30 years, maybe the next 70. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we have people calling in. They're 27 years old. The marriage is on the fritz. They don't know how to approach their own kids. They're all screwed up. And it's all because mom brought some boyfriend home in 1972.
Went out to buy some ice cream.
Went out to get a pack of butts, and this guy jumped on her. Yeah. So it's not only the crime that happens at the time, but it's the gift that keeps giving. That's what molestation is.
Oh, yes.
I should write greeting cards, shouldn't I?
That's Hallmark material right there.
It really is. Show someone you care. Okay. Terry, 37.
Hi, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Hey.
The question I have is I have a son who's 17. Have an 18-year-old girlfriend who's pregnant. Really begged to have him and her live in our home without getting married, and I didn't really want that influence around.
What influence?
What's that?
What influence?
Just of having, them unmarried and living in our home.
Hold on one second. You have a 17-year-old son who has an 18-year-old girlfriend?
Right.
Who's pregnant?
Who is pregnant.
I thought he said he had an 18... Terry had an 18-year-old girlfriend.
No.
All right, I'm hip.
And you want them to move into your home?
No, they want to. Since I told them no, she's still living with her folks. He's really started acting out, started drinking a lot, vandalizing the home. And many a time I've heard you guys say that, the advice you give to younger people is if you live in the home, then
you live by the rules
until you can leave. And it sounds pretty good coming from you guys, but when a parent says that, it sounds uncool, I guess. I'm just wondering what kind of advice you
Well, Scott, you're still living at home, right?
Yeah, still living at home.
All right.
But I would. Do you respect him too?
He's 14 though.
And he's not acting out.
Nice.
He's making more money than his folks. Dad, I've just bought the mortgage. I want you out of the house. All right, go. I'm sorry, Scott.
No, I was just wondering if you're are you respecting him as well? Are you treating him with the respect that he needs and the support that he needs? I mean, that's kind of a big thing.
That's an interesting. We don't usually take that tab, but that is an important thing. At the same time as you bring the law of God down,
I don't.
The two things have to be done simultaneously.
Yeah.
I don't know how to respect him anymore. I guess he stole a credit card of ours and about $1,000 in bills and.
And why didn't you call the police?
We did.
Okay, and you go to jail?
Well, we filed with the city, but the credit card company said they could, put him in the state penitentiary for 5 to 10 years, and we really don't want to ruin his life.
This is why it's stopping short of creating the consequences that would naturally come to bear is what's allowing him to behave like
but
this.
Drew,
and I suspect
you're not going to call the cops on your kid either.
I suspect this is the quality of...
You may want to call him on your wife, but not the kids.
Setting that has been going on for a long time. You have to bring militant, really like a military-style force down, or this will not stop.
Hold on a second. But see, here's the problem. You have to start this crap early.
Yes.
There's a few things I'm going to do when I have kids. One is I will show them my penis when they're between 4 and 7, and then they'll never see it again. So in their mind's eye, it is daddy has the biggest penis they've ever seen in their entire life, and they'll go through their entire life telling everyone at school... Everyone, listen, my dad, Adam, huge, man. I walked in the bathroom when I was 4.5. It was hanging out, and they'll never see it again. That is one thing I'm going to do.
Now, what's the more important thing?
The second thing I'm going to do is each year on the kid's birthday, I'm going to have like a karate-style exhibition in the kitchen, where I take a piece of pine that's been, doctored up a little so it breaks really easy, and I come out with a ghee and like smoke going, and I have like Sensei Shidoshu hold the thing, and I just put on a huge exhibition of my martial arts prowess, right? Just to sort of scare the crap out of it. Just even where I take like a big urn and I put dried ice in it, and I put my wrists against it, and we make a sound, just so he thinks I'm just like the baddest mofo ever, and he just never wants to F with me.
What else can you do?
That's it. What do you mean?
All right, but Terry, I would suggest that you get some professional help in terms of guiding you on where to set limits so you feel more comfortable about what it is you do, so you're not so frightened that you're going to harm them. That fear of that you're going to hurt or damage the kids is what really prevents you from giving them what they need. He is begging for limits, and this is your job is to be the parent, not the friend. It's not going to be fun.
Yeah, it's too late for that. And plus, he's an adult now. He's stealing credit cards. He's knocking up girls.
I mean,
what's funny is different counselors you go to, they'll give you different.
What kind of input are you getting?
One said don't. He's committed or tried to commit suicide, but he called to let us know he'd taken some pills. But one says don't put too much pressure on him. You don't want to put him over the edge.
Hey, Drew, is there any kind of shot? I mean, can't he just be put down for like a couple of months?
Where was he? Something happened to him when he was growing up that made him.
Not that I know of. He started into high school football and got with some guys that were pretty big drinkers, and then he got into a little bit of drug use. And
is he still doing drugs now?
Well, he got kicked off the football team, and so now he's really into the guys that are into the drug.
All right, so he's doing drugs. He's an addict, and that's really where you have to bring. You're fighting a biology that is profound.
What do you think, like maybe an intervention or something?
With a 17-year-old, it doesn't work so well, but you have to create extraordinarily rigid and dire consequences for behaviors, because he is responding to a biology that's overwhelming to him and distorts everything.
All right, but I don't know what to do with this guy. All I know is you got to get him early. Because once they get bigger than you, once they get out of control, then you're screwed.
But if it's addiction, it doesn't matter what you've done early. Once it takes off, it can get like this.
All right, Drew, why don't you sell the hell out of the next call before we go to break here?
There's, let's see here. Anya gets no pleasure from sex.
All right, we'll be back with Anya, her busted clitoris, and real big fish, all after this.
Yo, G. The phone number for LoveLine is 1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine, right back.
This is Dr. Drew.
And Adam Carolla.
Welcome back to LoveLine on 98 KUPD.
The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. And everyone enjoy them now before Dickie has the coronary. I've had...
what do you eat for
Dickie
lunch?
eats worse than he looks. I had breakfast with Dickie today, and Dickie orders... first thing he orders is a side of sausage, which is 5 big sausage links. Then he orders a lard omelet. Seriously, he orders an omelet with
bacon and
extra
cheese.
avocado. I think there was some bacon in there, and just a ton of sour cream.
Where did you go?
And we went to a place right on Sunset, right next to the whiskey. Huts, Hanks, who?
I don't know.
Dukes, yeah.
Dukes.
We ate at Dukes, and he demolished the thing. Downed it with 9 cups of coffee and ate it. Actually inhaled it. Ate it like when you see those nature films, you see like a big grouper sea bass eating another fish. It was like that,
Like
but it
a
was
vacuum,
like
it sucks it back in.
Sucked it right in. So, like I said, enjoy the music while you can, because he'll not be here very long.
Scott doesn't eat at all.
Real Big Fish is here. Scott Aaron and Tavis, the right smack dab in the middle of the Warped Tour, going to finish up beginning of August, and then they'll head out and do their own thing. And what about heading abroad?
Abroad?
Yes, Europe, Asia.
We'd like
We're working on that.
Yeah, we're trying to convince people we should, but they don't believe us.
Hey, we have much crappier bands than you in here who are going to Europe. Now, don't take that the wrong way, but I mean, we have a lot of bands in here you never heard of, and we go, what's going on? We're going to Holland and Amsterdam, and you go, well, they went with you guys. So
see, the thing
you
is
guys should be going to Europe if those guys are going to Europe.
Their theory is that if they're not getting big in the U.S., that maybe they'll get big somewhere else. So they're just going to go everywhere until they find somewhere
Just
that
like
likes
David
them.
Hasselhoff.
Yeah, so they can go, hey, you know, we're huge in Scandinavia.
Right, so you guys are enjoying your stateside success so much that you don't need to go abroad.
Well, we'd like
bands
to.
from America.
I'm hip to that. We love it. Turn the Radio Off is the name of the CD from Real Big Fish, and we'll hear something else off of that in the 11 o'clock hour at some
Elvis
point.
never went out of America.
He
went to
didn't?
Canada.
No.
He went to
He went to
Germany, but he
Canada.
never played.
Oh, really?
He never played out of America.
Oh, he went to Germany for
That war thing.
take some pictures in a uniform and bang a 14-year-old, and then he came back.
It was the general's daughter.
The general's daughter, right?
Of course, he didn't even
Oh, yeah.
start touring till the 70s, from what I hear. That's what they said at Graceland when we were there.
Oh, really? How was that?
It was pretty lame.
We took the $10
No, it
tour,
was
though.
okay. Yeah, we took the $10 tour.
There was
If
a
you take-
$20 one that was better.
You get to tour his many planes and cars.
Do you think certain things, like I've never been to Graceland, and I've had a few people tell me, well, it's cool, but it's, it's just kind of a regular, Aaron Spellings lives in a better house.
The man has a room underground that's completely blue and yellow, and it has 3 TVs on the same wall. Now, why one human being would need 3 TVs is completely
Well,
beyond
because
me.
when you shoot 2, you need one. You need one that still works. All
Yeah, we
right.
saw the backyard where Elvis shot his guns.
Now, but here's what I guess I'm saying. Is it one of these things that's maybe just best left to the imagination, or should
It's
you...
probably one of the things, if you're in Memphis and you've got a day where you're going, so what the heck am I going to do? It's probably a good thing to do.
Did you guys go check it out when you were touring?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually was in Mardi Gras in New Orleans at the time, but they went. I think
you had a better deal.
Yeah, I think so too.
He died before these guys were born. So.
We had the
That is
shredded
so
pork.
weird.
Same year, actually.
Same year that he was born.
Anya.
Yes.
You're 17. You're on with Real Big Fish.
All right, hi. I have a question. Well, see, my boyfriend and I started having sex about a month ago, and it's like my first time. I was a virgin.
Congratulations.
We've only had sex about 3 times, but I still don't get any pleasure out of it. And
None?
None at all. I was just kind of uncomfortable and awkward. The first time was like really painful for me, and well, not really painful, but fairly painful. And the second time was afterwards. I had these really awful cramps, like worse than menstrual cramps. And the third time, I don't know. This last time, it was just sort of uncomfortable and awkward. And I don't know if this is just because I'm a virgin, or if
Is he doing anything to help and try to make you feel good, and like oral sex and things
Is he
like
just
or is
sticking it
just
in?
all kind of for him?
Well, no, I mean, he tries, and he told me if it's not comfortable for me, we don't have to have sex, and he loves me anyways. But
That's good.
cool.
I feel that if we're going to have a sexual relationship and have a healthy relationship, the sexual relationship should be healthy also.
Is there anything about your past that would make you uncomfortable with your physicality?
Oh, no, not at all. I mean,
You were never taught it was bad or anything of that sort? Or
what's that?
you were never taught that it was bad or wrong?
Yeah, well, we've talked about it and stuff.
No. You were never taught?
Oh, no. My mom's talked to me about sex a lot ever since I was really young.
And what did she say about it?
She got pregnant when she was 18.
Yeah.
My grandma got pregnant when she was 17.
And she got pregnant when she was 18 with you?
Yes.
And she gave you the message she gave you was that was a bad thing.
Well, yeah, but she just doesn't want me to get pregnant, so she's told me if I'm going to have sex, I should come to her.
I could imagine that could develop some pretty heavy feelings ultimately. If your mother's telling you virtually your whole life that
you don't make the same mistake I did.
Yeah, I don't make this horrible mistake. I had you.
This is like in Speed Racer when Pops told his older son, Rex Racer, who went on to become Racer X, listen, you'll not race. It's too dangerous. But he didn't listen to him, and he took the car out anyway, and he was going to win that first race, but he crashed right in front of the finish line, Drew, and then he had to run away from home. Because
That's a beautiful analogy.
Well, what I'm saying, it's not really apropos of the situation, but
Maybe
the
her
point
car
is,
won't start.
your mother has turned you off to sex because of her plight and your grandmother's
But
plight.
not only that, she sexualized Anya probably at too young of an age. I think to be explicit about sexual discussions before the age of 12 in a context of human relations and try to make a child understand sex is a big mistake. To understand anatomy and sort of generalities, okay. But if you're going to say, this is the consequence and it was bad, and you're the product and it was bad, it's a terrible message to give a kid. And I can imagine that make you feel very uncomfortable in your intimate relations.
I don't see. It doesn't really make. It just makes me want to be safe about when I have sex.
Right.
Does it just not feel good at all?
It's just well, this last time it didn't not feel good. It was just sort of like,
Just
great.
coincidentally, are you being safe?
Yes, I am.
How?
And I'm planning on talking to my mother about birth control.
What are you doing now to be safe?
Well, just condoms and spermicides.
Okay, and so is he doing all the foreplay and everything? I mean, is he, huh?
Well,
No.
no. I mean,
No.
it's just. I mean, when he pleasures me in other ways, it's great. It's fine.
Like what? What are you talking about?
Like giving me head or hand.
But isn't that part of the sex?
Well, it's part of the sex, but the actual intercourse just doesn't give me any pleasure. I mean, is that...
All right, but didn't I just... Hey.
Yes, you did.
No, Anya.
Yes.
What the hell's wrong with the American education system these days? If you have the attention span of a tick and they can't hear a word you say, we've presented you like 4 or 5 different questions. You've denied them or not heard them or have no idea what we're talking about. He does perform foreplay on you. There's something before the intercourse, right?
Well, yes.
And you asked Adam whether there had been oral sex.
And that's and that's pleasurable to you.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe he could spend a little more time doing that to sort of set the table?
Well, he does.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, you guys work it out.
You'll
I'm
get
done
used
with these
to it.
people. Listen, I didn't have any good sex at 17. Why does everyone else have to have good sex?
Yeah.
Screw them.
Yeah.
You have the same miserable time I had when I was 17, for Christ's sake. Well, listen, it was horrible. It went from like horrible to sort of like kind of bad to mediocre.
And back to horrible.
No, I'm guessing she's sort of on the right track. But
Well, it's I think more complicated than meets the eye here, just by the virtue of that whole history and the way her mom taught her about these things and the messages that she was giving her. But the fact is, maybe her expectations about sex are off a little bit. I mean, 2 virgins together, their third time, I mean, it's not pleasurable. Wouldn't expect it to be.
Right.
And women really need it. Women's systems are very difficult to learn to master, even for the woman. And they need to understand that it's not like a male, that it can be very gratifying just as a physical encounter. They need to really
practice,
not just so much learn how they work as a physical system, but also how the physical and the emotional and the interpersonal all relate together to be fulfilling.
Or you got to get drunk, right?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
No, here's what sex is, guys. Because I know the band's young, and I'm going to
tell
impart
us
some
all.
knowledge from the sexual sage here, because I've seen a lot of porn. Sex when you're real young and you don't know what you're doing is sort of like, it's like you and your girlfriend or you and your buddy sitting home watching Wimbledon all weekend, and you've never picked up a tennis racket, and you think, wow, this is going to be awesome. Let's go. We'll go down to the park. We'll get a racket. We'll go down. All right, I'm serving. Smacks it over the fence. You got to run out in the street and get it. You come back. You never get a rally going the whole time because you both suck. Why? You've never done it before. And then you think, oh, this tennis is a horrible game. But it's not. You get into it, you warm up, you learn the backhand, which is what I've had to learn all those years in prison. And before you know it, you're rallying and jumping over the net. Am I right, Drew?
Yes, of course.
All right. Let's see. I broke him.
Practice.
I broke him early. All right. We'll be back with Real Big Fish after this.
Welcome to the biggest show on earth. Thrills galore. The strangest freaks. The highest acrobats. And the funniest clowns.
LoveLine, we'll be right back.
And Adam Carolla, and you're listening to LoveLine on Arizona's Real Rock, 98 KUPD.
Aloha, this is Don Ho, and you're listening to LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Mahalo.
Yes, mahalo. Oh, that's right, Real Big Fish. Yeah. All right, I'll tell the Don Ho Real Big Fish story here.
That was the greatest moment of our lives.
On LoveLine.
Maybe yours.
We got to go to a 10-second.
Of my life. Sorry.
Go into a 10-second break, and then we'll come back and we'll tell the Don Ho story after this.
This is LoveLine on
Radio
Station.
98 KUPD, Tempe, Phoenix.
Mahalo.
Yes, it is LoveLine with Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew, and Scott, Aaron, and Tavis of Real Big Fish. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. And who was it? Aaron.
Me.
Yeah. You were playing in the rhythm section?
Yes, I was.
Yes. Why don't you tell the story?
I played guitar for Don Ho.
And
he played Tiny Bubbles at the K-Rock Weenie Roast.
Yeah.
This is a man who can tell a story. Sorry. Well, there we were. Thousands of people. Oh.
He's a regular Will Rogers over here. What happened was at the K-Rock Weenie Roast this year, one of the concerts that all the stations have their sort of version of it. WHFS has one, and Edge Fest in Minneapolis and all that stuff. I think K-Rock is one of the sort of the granddad of them all. They had a luau theme a few weeks back for I think it was maybe their 7th Weenie Roast, so they decided to fly Don Ho in, and that's why Don Ho was on the show the following Sunday night. On this show, right? And he got out there in front of 15,000 screaming people, and I was a little. I wasn't worried, but I was more curious. How's the crowd going to accept Don Ho? Because the average age of the crowd is 18, 19 years old. Don Ho is not exactly a big part of their lives, although they may have heard of him. And I'm wondering, and I don't know who's coming on next, Social Distortion or whatever, but come on, let's get to them. But Don Ho went out there and just rocked the house. He had the Polynesian dancers and the whole 9 yards, but he needed a band to sing Tiny Bubbles, and that was the rhythm section of Real Big Fish. And you guys,
that story.
You guys did not miss a beat, I must say.
You didn't hear it.
I was standing up there on stage the whole time.
Hey, Don Ho's bigger than you think, man.
He certainly is, and he's older than you think too.
Still,
but, and. He's not churning the chocolate or anything.
Yeah,
he's just signing contracts, and they're putting his name on everything. You go to a market and you're pushing like a Don Ho shopping cart. There, can you imagine that? That's what I need to do. I need to become synonymous with an island.
Maybe a trailer park.
All right. Okay, Drew. Let's shut his mic off. Real Big Fish is here. Yvette, 33.
Hey.
Hey.
I just want to let you know I love your show. I listen to it every night. Also, well, I don't know about the Real Big Fish, but I'm sure you guys are great.
I can tell you a story about us. You wouldn't believe it.
Oh, really?
Oh, they played with Don Ho. What else do you need to know?
Well, yeah, really. I know Don Ho. My question is, actually, it's more of a problem here. A couple of days ago, I'd asked my 14-year-old son if he wanted to go to the store with me, and he said sure, and so I said go get ready, and about 10 or 15 minutes later I went to see if he was ready, and I didn't knock on his door. I guess I should have, but I opened his door, and he was laying in the bed naked, and I don't know how to deal with this. I apologize to him for not knocking, but I don't know what else to do.
Was he doing anything?
What to say to him, or?
That's a good question. Aaron, you want to ask that again?
Oh, was he doing anything when he was laying there? Interesting.
Well, I didn't actually see him do anything, but when I opened the door, he grabbed his private area, and all I saw was his buns,
That's happened to me before. My mom's walked in on me. And
she has.
Rolling around on the floor naked.
He's supposed to be getting ready to go to the store. That's why.
Well, maybe that's the way he gets ready. I have certain rituals I do before I leave the house. That certainly is one of them.
You can't go out to the store with all that pressure.
Yeah, I may just go off on a checker.
There's a cute girl standing by the produce.
That's now, Yvette.
Yes.
You say you open the door.
Yeah.
You saw his bare hiney as he dove into bed and pulled the covers over himself.
He didn't pull the covers over him, no.
Oh. He just dove into bed.
He was on top of the covers, so.
And he rolled over on his stomach?
Yeah.
Did he, was he sporting any wood?
Well, I didn't see that.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Could be a bad sign.
Something like that.
I see. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, that he was pleasuring himself.
Probably.
You think so? I mean, you didn't see him sort of pulling up one pant leg or anything, did you?
No, he was completely in the buff, so
Right.
laying on his bed, so he didn't have any clothes anywhere near him.
There's really no reason to be naked in the middle of the day unless you're doing that or something else, really.
Right.
Well, at least it wasn't smoking or something.
Well, it was hot, so maybe maybe he was just trying to cool off.
All right. No, well, maybe that's the way he cools off.
Well, it could be.
You can turn Dr. Drew's mic back on. Thank you, Engineer Mike. Appreciate that. Okay. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, he was masturbating. Does that bother you?
No, I was just embarrassed for him because.
Right.
Well, let's stay away from him because he was doing whatever he was doing was normal and age appropriate.
Okay.
Okay. He's fine.
How do I handle it?
Right. You're the problem.
Yeah, I guess.
What is so difficult about accepting this?
Well, it's not the acceptance part. It's just because I was a kid too, I
Right.
did all that stuff.
Right.
I guess it's embarrassing for me because, I just don't know how to handle
Is
it.
he your only child?
No, I have 4 children.
Is he the only boy?
No, I have 3 boys.
How old are they?
Well, I have an 18-year-old stepson, but I don't see him very often. He lives with his grandparents.
How old? Yeah.
The 14-year-old and a 3-month-old.
All right. So he's the only
He's the only boy that's a teenager
that is really yours that's growing up, becoming a man.
All right,
Okay?
it's time to get out the slip covers, by the way, because this is just the beginning, believe me.
And where's Dad?
Well, his father and I are divorced.
Is there a stepdad?
Yes.
What, have you discussed this with your husband?
Yeah, and it's hard to explain. I guess it's more of a joke.
As far as he's concerned.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, he understands because his son is 18.
But he's making a joke of it. He doesn't understand how important this is, how difficult this is for you.
Yeah.
Well, listen, let's not cry over spilled semen here. Let's just move on.
Just real quick, though, is there anything about your relationship with men that would make it very threatening for your son now to be a man?
Well, I don't have a problem with my husband that I have now.
Well, what happened with your ex-husband?
Oh, he was very abusive.
And why did you need to be with an abusive male?
Probably because I was abused as a child.
All right. And can you see how that then is rekindled by the awareness that your son is now becoming one of those people, those males, who had abused you?
That maybe he's going to inherit some of this.
Well, the men in general are probably terribly threatening to you. And to see your son now become a male and start acting like a male, you need to be careful that you don't actually squash any of this. It's natural and normal in his development. You got to let him become a man.
I didn't say anything to him except that I apologized for not knocking.
It's fine. You did fine, but be very careful that he doesn't pick up on the fact that you are not comfortable with him being a male, because it's going to affect his self-esteem.
All right, yeah, just don't say anything. I think we would all appreciate it. We've all been caught by our folks at one time or another doing things we weren't really excited about, and
it's not that's
or
not
that
the
we
issue.
were really excited
The
about.
issue is the issue is that she doesn't like men. She's threatened by men, and now she's got another. Her little boy is becoming a man, and it's very disturbing. to her.
Well, so she walked in, and he was
There's nothing
taking
to do
care
with
of
her
himself.
walking in.
Oh,
It just triggered the
Drew.
feelings. She was abused as a child, and then her husband was
Everybody was abused. Come on, relax over there.
All right.
Listen, just let me pass this message out because we have a lot of young male listeners. Here's what happens with the masturbation, and you guys are young,
Firm believers in it.
either living at home or just just out of the house. And what happens is the first time you masturbate, you think, well, A, this is the greatest thing ever, but B, I couldn't see myself doing this more than maybe once a week because it's really a lot of work. I mean, it takes a lot of time. You don't have your technique down at this point.
You get stronger.
But after about a week and a half, you really hone that skill. I mean, if you spent as much time in learning Spanish as you did on your penis at 14, you speak fluent Spanish at this point. Am I right? I mean, you really hone this skill. And what happens is once you hone the skill, then you get a little cocky. You know what I mean? You're standing in the kitchen and Mom says, I'm going to go out to the station where I can grab another load of groceries. You put these away in the pantry, and you think, I bet I could squeeze one off. I got this down to such a science now that I bet I could squeeze one off. But the problem is she comes walking back in 10 seconds later. Have you seen the... Oh, Jesus Christ, no. All over the wheat thins, no. And that's the thing. You really... And this is how criminals get caught. And it's the same... It trickles down. But, I mean, this is how all criminals get caught. They get away with something for a long time. They get cocky, pardon the pun. And then they get sloppy. And then they get busted. You know, this guy was trying to peel one off before before they went to the market. It was like, you know, they may have been gone half hour, 45 minutes.
But maybe he thought he needed help. You know, when you're doing it, you always want to quit, and you think it's the most awful thing. Oh, never mind.
There's also the hint that you don't have to be completely naked. You know, it's a little easier to hide if you're not completely naked.
Right, right. Yeah, I should come out the whole line of clothing, as a matter of fact.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
Gear.
When you felt bad and you always promised that was the last time you do it.
It ought to be just gear, not clothing.
Right. No, did you feel bad, Aaron?
Yeah.
You did?
I didn't start, I mean, I felt bad until I was like 18 or 19.
Oh, really?
Like every time, every day, oh my God, I'm never going to do this.
Every
again.
birthday you're going, all right, I'm going to
so
stop
bad.
now.
That'd be my birthday wish. Oh, I wish I'd never.
Every day at noon, Aaron would say no more. And then 3 o'clock would roll around. And, Penny, 15.
Yeah.
Hey, you're on with Real Big Fish.
See, I have this long distance relationship.
Uh-oh.
And, well, it's like when we're together, you know, I see these other girls, and they're always hounding him, you know. There's like tons of girls after him, and I really don't know what to do except for sit by and watch, and it just, you know, it really gets to me a lot.
You're 15?
Yeah.
Now, how old is this guy?
He's 15, too.
Where's he at? How far away?
About an hour and a half.
Boy, at 15, trying to carry on a relationship over that kind of distance is very tough.
How did this happen that you guys are carrying on this way?
Well, we this is gonna sound really stupid, but we show rabbits and stuff.
You what?
Show rabbits.
Show rabbits?
Yeah.
Wow.
Stupid. That's
Where do you
awesome.
show rabbits at?
Hello, this is my rabbit.
You mean like there's shows where they show rabbits?
I guess they've got dog shows and cat shows. Why not rabbit shows?
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like
What if they have armadillo shows?
we met at one of them. Yeah.
No way.
Did your rabbits get along?
Yeah.
That's always a good sign.
That's cool. When your rabbits can get along, and that's...
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good...
Yeah, if your rabbits don't get along,
omen.
you know it's just bad.
So there's all these girls after him then?
Yeah.
Does he flirt back with them?
Sometimes.
He's probably got a really nice
Does he
rabbit.
tell you that all these girls are after him?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't really trust that in a guy. And I don't know if everyone's thinking what I'm thinking, but I don't know any studs that work the rabbit show. You know what I mean? I mean, I can't picture, some big strapping guy with a washboard stomach showing off his rabbits.
It's 15 though.
Although it is kind of quaint.
It might be a great place to pick up chicks. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
it could be the secret.
rabbits.
Apparently. So, Penny,
Yeah.
well, how often do you get to see him?
Sometimes like in the summer, like once or twice a month.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Sometimes we we meet other than rabbit shows, but that's not very often.
Yeah.
You're missing out on a lot of...
And
This doesn't sound good.
no, I don't even know if you guys are going out.
Right.
Yeah.
At least as far as he's concerned. No.
Oh.
No.
He may not think you're going out.
Well, I mean, we call ourselves boyfriend girlfriend type thing.
Do you talk on the phone
Yeah,
all the time
a lot.
about other stuff, about feed and stuff like that?
Other stuff than that.
Oh, really? You're very layered, Penny. There's more to you than just the hair.
That's true.
Thank you for the courtesy laugh.
Oh, that was horrible.
Thank you. All right, listen, Penny.
Yeah.
I think as good as this guy may be and as good as you may be, it's just such a bitch going out with somebody when you don't have a car and they're a good, couple hours away, and it just doesn't sound good. Plus, if this guy has all the chicks hanging on him, it's only a matter of time before he weakens and gives in. So I think all our advice would be, see if you can meet somebody who shares your love of rabbits but who lives in town.
Okay.
Is that possible?
Probably.
Do you like him that much?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
All right, well, see if you can keep it going, but I wouldn't put a whole lot of
He's
stock
gonna get his
in it.
license in a year anyway. Come on.
Well, that's true, and we'll see if
We can come up and see
if he comes around. But I didn't even know they had rabbit showings.
Never
That's
heard of it.
amazing.
Do you trust him about that stuff?
It's
People have too much time. They do.
Well, there are more. They have those like cool rabbits. They have those big Angora ones, you know, the big long hair and everything.
Lap-eared rabbits.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Hey, it keeps the kids off the streets.
You're right.
That's true.
Yeah, but you know they'll be smoking those rabbits soon. All right, I'll tell you what. Why don't we take a little listen to another effort by Real Big Fish off of Turn the Radio Off. This is one called Snoop Dogg Baby.
I just couldn't believe it when I turned on the radio. Try to run, try to hide, try to keep it inside. The one playing that song and I thought about oh yeah. I said Snoop Doggy Dogg, Snoop Doggy Dogg. So much stronger than the LBC. I said I'm living without it's gonna drive me crazy. She's so don't you just wanna kill me? 'Cause I'm talking behind your back. Well, I love the mind and the regret, but you're classy. Looking at her brings tears to my eyes. And I'm watching her shake, she's gonna give me a heart attack now, baby. I said, Snoop Doggy Dogg, Snoop Doggy Dogg. Maybe I don't wanna back you, no. I said, maybe I just can't let her go. She's so well, I turn the radio off. I don't want no part. Try to make me a big star. I don't want to be a big star. There was nothing to keep me in. What does somebody do? What does somebody say? I'll try to tell, but just a lot of illusion. Matter make a crowd. Wish I didn't care. I wish I didn't care, but I do. I do. I'm so. Snoop Doggy Dogg, Snoop Doggy Dogg, Snoop Doggy Dogg, Snoop Doggy Dogg. Please don't tell me it'll be okay. I know I never came my way. And so
Snoop Dogg Baby from Real Big Fish off of Turn the Radio Off, their latest CD. Out. You can find it everywhere.
Turn the radio often.
When we come back, more with Real Big Fish, more with Dr. Drew, and more with myself, Adam Carolla, all after this.
more.
Kick it! I want to love you.
LoveLine will be right back, and boy, will we be mad if you bail.
This is Dr. Drew.
And Adam Carolla.
Welcome back to LoveLine on 98 KUPD.
Yeah, this is Slash from Guns N' Roses and Snake Pit and etc. And you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes. Who was that? Slash? I had my earphones off. Slash is the nicest guy in the world.
I believe it.
He won't remember you the day after you talk to him, but
I believe that.
he's nice. We had Slash, speaking, we were just talking about the TV show. We had Slash on, and he's a great guy, and he wears these biker boots, like motocross boots, but he wears them unbuckled, so they sort of flap open. And I'm not sure if that's a look or he just can't figure out how to get the buckles done. But the point is the things are wide open, and Slash likes to smoke.
Cigarettes.
Yeah. And in Slash, there's a certain point you get to, a certain like Rockstar status, where like Slash could walk into a surgical room where a guy was removing a gallbladder or something, lit up, and no one would really say anything. Because it's like, hey, it's Slash. Come on. He smokes. He smoked in here. He smoked on the TV. So he was smoking during a commercial of the TV, and I said, hey, Slash, let me see that snake pit tattoo you got. Oh, yeah. So he's got the cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and he's one of these guys who smoke all the time can do anything with a cigarette hanging out of their mouth. They're like disarming a bomb or rebuilding a carburetor or something. They got the cigarette hanging out, and they'll talk with the thing hanging out, too. And he pulls his T-shirt up over his back to like expose his shoulder, and he's pulling it over his head with this lit cigarette. And the cherry from the cigarette falls out, and it falls straight down, lands right in the boot.
Ooh.
And the boot's wide open.
Then he dropped the whole cigarette in the boot, too.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, the whole cigarette lands in the boot. And there's smoke coming up from Slash's boot.
His sock was on fire.
I said, hey, Slash, I don't want to diss you or anything, but I think the sock's on fire. Yeah. That's cool.
It's like, oh.
Slash, your foot's on fire now.
That's like Grant. He and Grant would get along real well.
Trombone player Grant is like that.
He went and slowly reached down, the whole while emitting expletive after expletive in sort of slow motion.
Yeah, he wasn't put off by it really at all. I mean, he was just going to get rid of it, but it was one of those things that he was going to get to. Yeah, I like guys who are that committed to smoking. All right, Real Big Fish is here. Name of the CD. Turn the radio off, and back to the phones we go. Megan, 15.
Hi, I'd like to talk to Real Big Fish.
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi, I've liked you guys since I saw your video on the box.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Which one?
Everything Sucks.
Oh.
I love that song so much. And I was wondering what gave you guys the idea for that video.
What gave us the...
Yeah, the video. The video is kind of bizarre, but it's really cool.
It's kind of a true story.
Yeah, because that's the kind of video you have to make when they only give you $5,000 to make it.
It was the kind of thing where they said, hey, we'll give you this much, and we said, okay, we'll do this. And then they said, no, we don't like that idea, we'll give you this much instead. And we said, all right, we'll do this instead. No, we don't like that, we'll give you this much. And so it just kind of, the idea kept changing, so that's what the idea...
Was the money going down or up at that point?
Down.
Oh, okay, bad.
We're just silly guys.
Megan?
We can't help it.
Where are you calling from?
Oregon City is this tiny town next to Portland.
Mm-hmm. I guess the Warped Tour's coming around Portland in the next week or so, isn't it?
I believe
we think so.
Yeah, it's sometime.
Are you going?
I don't have any money. I'm broke.
Oh.
Can't you just
I'm trying to
flash some boob or something and get in?
I don't know. I'll try.
Okay, yeah.
No, but
She's 15.
Yeah, I was wondering if you guys would deliver a message to Grant for me.
What's that?
Definitely.
Yeah, he's just the most adorable guy, and he's my ska god.
He's your ska god.
Yeah.
Boy, that boy
Let me
plays
write that
mean
down.
trombone, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He blows smoke through it, I hear. All right, Megan.
Okay,
Keep fantasizing about the band.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Grant gets all the girls.
Brett.
The girls like Grant.
Hey. Okay, I have an important question. This is about alcohol. Okay. A while ago, I was at home, and my mom was there with her girlfriend, and her mom sort of seduced me, and now I think I'm a lesbian.
Okay, this is about
Brian Siegel.
Good night.
Brian Siegel.
Huh? Well, I didn't even hang up on him.
Brian.
All right. Oh, now I did. What happened to him?
If your nose bleeds, does it make like the hair on your nose grow really fast? Because I got a really long one now.
Oh, is that why you had that piece of paper stuffed up in your nose earlier?
Scott punched me in the nose.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Are these like on-stage antics, or what happened?
No, on the way here, I kind of reached between his legs.
And it was just an involuntary
I was
thing?
asking for it, you know.
It's just one of those kind of things that happens when you're...
Really? Did you seriously sock him?
I know he doesn't go that way. I can't help it.
I'd never hit
He's so
another
cute.
human being in my entire life.
Well, what happened? What's up with your nose?
No, I don't know.
It just started
It's
bleeding?
really hot at the Warped Tour, you know.
I got a bloody nose story. I have a story for every occasion and every nasal. But Drew, you'll back me up on this. When it gets hot, real hot and dry, your nose can just start bleeding spontaneously.
Yeah, why does it do that?
Dry.
It's because the veins dry out in there, the membrane or something, and they just burst.
Right.
And once the nose goes, it goes big.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it just goes pouring out of there, and it was right about this time, and I was playing actually about a month earlier, but I was playing in a high school baseball game. I was like in 11th grade, and I was standing out in right field because that's where they put all the good players.
That's where I was too. I know what you mean.
The sun was just beating down on my forehead, and my nose just started bleeding. And it just went, and man, it just kept going, and I couldn't stop it. And I was looking around out in the outfield for like candy wrappers and stuff. I had like a Baby Ruth wrapper shoved up my right nostril, and I was wearing a white Huskies uniform, and it was all over the entire uniform.
Let me give a little clinic here on how to handle a nosebleed.
You got to pinch it.
You grab it between the index finger and the thumb. You grab the entirety of the nose, and you pinch tightly, and you do not release for at least 10 minutes. Do not peek, do not release, do not do anything.
Not up at the top?
The entire thing.
Oh.
Don't blow it out either.
And don't put anything in there, and don't keep checking to see if just 10 minutes, hold it, and then let go, and that's the end
No,
of
but
it.
I'm trying to play baseball. That's my throwing arm. Drew, what do you want me to do? Like kick the ball in if someone hits one out to me? So anyway,
how did the ball come out to right field?
Never. That's why I was out in right field.
Yeah, that's the point.
I was more monitoring right field than I was playing it, keeping an eye out in case a ball came around. But I was up first.
Left-handed hitter come up, they switched him over to left field.
No, I switched further to right, actually out into the bleachers. True. Come on, please. They called me Clutch Corolla in high school, please. So I was up first the next inning. And I really, the thing about baseball is you only bat, 3-4 times a game in high school. They play like 7 innings or something, and I didn't want to miss my at-bat, although the nose was still gushing blood. So I said, don't worry, I'm fine. I'm going up to the plate. Blood dripping on home plate, and 2 quick strikes, just whiff, whiff. And now I'm thinking I should have just called it a day. And the next pitch came in, I just drove in the left field gap. Just drove it. And
threw you out at second.
No. Home run.
Oh.
Home run, but there wasn't a fence in left field, so the ball just kept rolling, and I rounded the bases, and I made it home, and I home run, and the place was going nuts because the blood was coming out of the nose, and there was 2 strikes, and I was on my way to the locker room when I saw the ball go to third base, and the umpire called me out because he said I missed third base. I didn't step on third base.
What a heartbreak.
That's the kind of story. That's like urban legend.
That is my life.
That's a story people tell in high schools about the guy once at this school.
Yeah, the bloody nose home run where he missed third base. And real fast, because we're not supposed to do this at all. The very next game, I hit the ball the very same place. I was running down to first base. The guy was laughing, the first base coach, and said, don't miss the base. I stepped right on it. I got a stand-up triple. The ball went back to first base, and they called me out. The very next game, the very same place I hit the ball, did the exact same thing over at first base, and the umpire threw me out.
But you hit?
I hit it and stepped right on it. How weird is that?
Maybe he didn't like you.
What is up with life, guys? All right, you're on with Sports Talk with Jack.
Hey.
Hey, you're 16. You're on with Real Big Fish.
Hey, Adam. Just because I know you love hearing this, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yes, thank you.
Drew, you're pretty cool too.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm calling to talk to Real Big Fish because you guys are like gods. You're just the animals, man.
You had to kiss your asses so he could talk to us.
I've been a hardcore fan since I heard you on LoveLine like 6-7 months ago.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Where do you live?
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, I saw you in Petaluma up here. I played pool with Grant.
Oh, right. Oh, wow. He's a pool shark.
You?
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
He's the pool shark.
Yeah, he's a maniac.
Tell your friend, is he all right, coughing?
Yeah, he's okay.
All right.
Tell him to get some water.
Yeah, go get some water.
And put it in the bong.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go see you Sunday at the Warped Tour too.
Oh, right.
All right.
Yeah. And Aaron.
Yeah.
How do you know JFC? Because in the album it says that they thank you in there.
Jeffrey's fan club?
Yeah.
Who?
Jeffrey's fan club.
They're from here.
Yeah,
I go see them all the time when I'm around.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Do you know John at all?
Yeah, I know all those guys. Come on.
All right, Jack.
Yeah?
This is worse than my baseball story now.
Yeah, that was pretty
Let's talk about love.
All right, you love the band, right?
Wait, what?
All right, listen.
Okay.
You love the band, you're going to see them Sunday.
Love the band. They kick ass.
We love you too.
That's all I...
All right. Please, crack a window so your mom...
Falling on a Friday, people are going nuts.
Yeah.
It's like a build at Christmas or something. There's a giant build-up. Everybody's getting out of town. Everybody's anxious about it.
Yeah, and we're screwed because we don't work tomorrow anyway.
Right.
You're not getting any time off, are you, Drew?
No.
And then we're back Sunday. That sucks. You know you have a crappy personality when you loathe others who got a day off and you didn't get the day off, but you're not working anyway. You just normally didn't work that day. I feel like I've been raped somehow. Like I really wish the 4th would fall on a Tuesday so we could just take the night off.
Yeah.
Although I do like this job. Steve.
Hello, how you guys doing today?
Hey, you're 35. What's your question?
My question pertains to HIV transmission. Nobody's really talked about the window. For example, let's say your girlfriend went out on a Saturday night and transmitted it, or she caught it, but she didn't know, and you slept with her 3 days later. Is that too close a time frame?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd...
Probably.
Even though she did end up getting it in the long run.
Yeah, it takes a while for the virus to replicate to the point that it would be contagious.
That she could pass it on to somebody else.
Well, how long, Drew? Is it a window or is it a sliding door? How long is this?
It's a window, and I'm typically there can be an acute HIV infection where people actually get a syndrome similar to mononucleosis with sore throats and high fevers, and it's then that the virus is present in the blood to a point that it could be contagious. It's also then that the antibody response develops and you can detect the presence of the virus.
But do they know whether it is transmissible just because it has entered the body?
It's exactly how many days after exposure somebody becomes infectious. I think it varies person to person because it also varies how long it takes to begin to develop an antibody response.
But isn't there an average? Well, if you speculated, what would you say?
2 months.
2 months?
6 weeks to 2 months, something like that.
So if your girlfriend went out on a Saturday night, got infected with AIDS, and you slept with her 2 weeks later, chances are she wasn't transmissible at that point.
And the viral...
I never thought about this. I just figured if you got it, you got it, and you give it.
The viral concentration gets higher as you get further on in the disease. And that's where all the thrust of therapy right now is directed at trying to decrease the viral replication. So there's less virus around, so there's less destruction of the immune cells.
So it enters your body, and then it sort of takes a while to gather up constituencies or something. It's got to get a little momentum going.
It has to replicate it.
But all diseases aren't, viruses aren't that way, are they?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like you move into a new apartment. You got to get everything set up before you start having parties.
Right, you got to know your neighbors.
Right.
Then it's like, hey, there's a Jehovah's Witness living underneath me, so you got to know what to do. You got to go over there.
The way viruses basically work is by getting into human cells and taking over. It takes over their genetic
what's that got to do with the party plan at the apartment, Drew?
It takes over in order to produce more viral particles, and then it releases those into the bloodstream and invades more human cells.
Okay.
And that's when somebody's infectious.
All right.
You gotta make friends with all the people in the apartment and different places and invite them to the party.
Right.
All right.
Can we talk about baseball again?
Sorry. All right. And we'll be back with more Real Big Fish after this.
LoveLine will be right back, dude.
Hi, this is Kelly from the Sneaker Pimps, and you're listening to LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, the Sneaker Pimps. I like them, except for Liam. Got drunk, got surly, and got in an argument with Drew, and took off at 11:30 on foot. Yes. Walked right out of the studio and started walking, basically.
We never found him.
Never found him. His management, everyone was here. They were staying maybe 10, 15 miles away at some hotel. They're from England. He has no idea where he is. He's in the middle of a dicey neighborhood at 12 midnight, drunk, on foot. There's a spindly little English guy, and we have no idea whatever happened to him.
I was actually going to do that tonight. I'm glad I didn't. I thought it would be original.
No, it's been done.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't. You know.
Drew has been vomited upon.
Yes.
In the studio.
Yes.
We've had.
Oh no, it was voluntary vomiting too. It wasn't like an accidental vomiting. He pursued me and retching.
Come here and let me throw up on you.
Yeah.
No, it really.
Yes.
It's the guy from
do you have the tape? Do you have the tape of that, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to play it.
Why don't we play the famous Drew? Wait, isn't Pennywise on the Warped Tour?
Yes, they are. Okay, you need to hear this.
Well, I hear they're rocking, too. At least that's what Dickie was saying.
It's a really good tour.
Oh, good.
You know,
so many good bands.
Do you know Fletcher?
Not personally, but
we haven't met them yet, though.
Yeah, I don't think.
This guy looks like Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a man mountain. He's huge. I've never seen as big a person as this. And you can't know where the man leaves off and the hair begins.
Yeah, it's a lot of beard, a lot of hair, and a lot of man, and a lot of bile.
Yeah,
apparently,
a lot of gastric juice.
All right, so here's the tape of Pennywise intentionally vomiting on Drew, staggering across.
Let's set it up. They were eating pizza and drinking tequila during the show, and all of a sudden, we were sitting here, and Fletcher looks up, just goes, and off it went.
I was not in the studio. This is a little bit before my time, but yes. I swear I think I was listening on the radio. All right, here it is.
Okay, go ahead.
That's fine. I mean, I was just wondering, like, what's the temperature?
No, please don't throw up on me.
Oh my God. Get out of here. LoveLine is over. I'm pretty much currently. Get out of here. Get away from me. Okay, bye. Yes, LoveLine is over. It's not our fault. We have a big, ugly man in our guitar band. Get out of here. And,
You're playing a song or something?
Keep away from me.
Get the hell out.
Sure.
Are we on the air?
Yeah.
Come here.
He backed her up against a wall and vomited on it.
that retching you heard was standing over me doing that retching on me.
That's amazing.
He wanted to make you his bitch, Drew. And then, Drew, you hit him with a good uppercut?
Yeah, but it was like a cartoon. You know, where the little guy's punching the guy and he just keeps going, doesn't even faze him.
And Drew's Drew's 6'1" and change over there, 185 pounds, solid, good cruiserweight. Didn't put a dent in him.
You punched a guy that was throwing up in the gut?
No, in the head.
Oh, in the head.
I was trying to stand him up because he was leaning over me. And
okay.
And I was trying to get him to at least stand up, and he wouldn't. Then I started punching.
Hey, not many men can say they vomited on Dr. Drew. All right, real big fish here, and it's back to the phones. Here we go. Kathy, 19.
Hi, I'm Dr. Drew.
Kathy.
When I was about 5 years old, I started masturbating and having masochistic fantasies to go with it. Then when I was about 7 years old, I sexually experimented with 3 female peers. Then at 9, I guess you...
Wait, how old were you when you first did that with your...
When I was 7.
7.
And then when I was 9 years old, I guess you can say I sexually molested my 5-year-old female cousin.
Mm-hmm. You want to start gambling, Drew? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Although I get her being molested.
Oh. Tell me, can I give you the dollar now? Let's get real specific. What happened to her?
Ooh, this is good. All right, hold on, Kathy.
Okay.
All right, you guys got any money on you?
No.
You can't get dollar out?
Wait, let me see.
I don't know.
I think
we don't get paid for this rock and roll thing yet.
If you don't have any cash, just put the coke down or whatever, and we'll figure street value.
I got $1.
I got 2 lighters.
I got $1? All right, put it in.
I got 41 cents.
Glasses.
All right.
What are we betting on?
We're betting on, who's that, Kathy?
Travis, where'd you get $1 from?
Kathy's pass. All right, I think we're
from Vince's wallet.
maybe $1 shy. We're bucking some change shy here, boys. This lighter's got to be worth something.
Yeah, I got 2 lighters actually.
Those are some nice glasses.
All right, let's put the lighter in.
Okay, it's a Almost Beverage Warehouse.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's good.
That can's worth like 5 cents.
I've been there. We got a nice spot going here. Yeah, the redemption value on the can alone's got to be worth
How
a
about my
penny.
tough skull ring? How about that?
All right, here's what we're going to do. Kathy's 19. Kathy was started masturbating at 5, began sort of sexually experimenting on her younger cousin and this and that, up to everything at a real young age.
She's got me beat by 2 years on that masturbation.
So let's, beat being the operative word. Let's figure out what happened to Kathy early, maybe, before 5. Somebody got hold of her. Somebody did something awful to her. And I'm going with molestation, and Drew's going with molestation. We'll all go with molestation, but what are the specifics?
Right.
All right, shall I go first?
Should I get the lighter if I win?
I am going with felt up by, I'm just going straight dad.
All right.
Dad got hold of her.
Okay. And what did he do to her?
Everything.
So he actually had sex with her?
Oh, no intercourse.
Okay, so just sort of fondling and that sort of thing.
Heavy fondling by dad.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We good?
Yep.
All right, Scott?
I'm probably going to go with like an Uncle Sal or
Uncle
something.
Sal. Yeah.
Man, I should have gone first.
All right, so you're saying in the family, but not living there.
Right.
Okay, that's solid. I'll go with that.
I say babysitter.
Babysitter.
What did babysitter do? What did he do?
Oh, I don't know.
Not molestation.
Touching her and stuff.
That's enough.
Because
look,
I'm
if
thinking,
it's a babysitter, you're
I'm thinking babysitter too. I'm going to get specific. He wants to groom this child for his, abuse farm.
Okay. That's my favorite drop. All right. What did the babysitter do?
I don't know. He touched her.
All right, just touch it, please. The guys are 15.
Don't make me think about that stuff.
They're 15. They're drunk. They're in a band. What do you think? Everyone's got degrees over here.
I'm gonna go for sex with an uncle. I'm gonna go straight for actual sex.
Sex with an
Actual
uncle?
intercourse.
Actual intercourse. I figure everyone else is going for just the heavy fondling, so I'll just.
We don't want to
go.
say that.
Before 5?
Hey, there's some sick people in this world.
Right.
You're one of them, Travis.
That's acceptable.
I'm going to go babysitter and with like a real aggressive, like fondling, like foreign bodies and insert into her and that kind of
Okay. All right.
This
Kathy.
is like getting graphic.
Kathy?
Yeah, hi, I'm still here.
You're 19. What went on?
No, I've never been sexually molested. That's why it's really.
I
should have picked that one.
On a push.
No, but wait a minute. Something must have happened to cause all this.
That was my second.
It does not take in the form of anything sexual at all. I've never. Actually, I grew up from a very sexually repressed family. And so I'm wondering, but I'm just wondering, where does my fantasies come from? Because
Yeah, but they aren't fantasies. You started acting on them when you were young girl.
Exactly.
Just that you had masochistic family.
And they were violent, right? They were
They were very violent.
Do you have any older brothers that watch a lot of pornography or anything
My
like that?
brother's only 2 years older than I, and at 5, at 7, he was not watching pornos.
Did you witness any violence or anything?
Violence, yes.
What?
Well, I grew up in an abusive family, physically abusive, emotionally abusive.
In what way? Dad hit you or something?
Well, my parents.
What did they do?
Oh, they just hit me. I mean, it's something that's normal in our family, and so that's just abuse, physical abuse.
Well,
it never became sexualized.
No, never.
And you don't think perhaps you were a good victim of somebody that you maybe can't recall at this point?
It's hard for me to remember things previously.
I mean, this started at 5.
Like
and,
something repressed.
If somebody is going to beat their 3 or 4 year old, sex is really not that out of the question at that point, is it?
Well, it's also the kids that are beaten like that. The kids that are beaten do get into sadomasochistic oriented sex. Usually, it's the routine. But to have gotten into it so early suggests that somebody sexualized her, and she would have been a good victim because she would have had nowhere to go. Her parents beat her, so she would have been looking to other people and very easily victimized.
And especially if her parents were the ones who are doing the sexualizing. So we're both working our points here to try to get $4.
I'm still thinking there's an uncle involved somewhere.
There's somebody.
No.
Do they like beat you or do they just like slap you around?
Yeah, they.
What about the grandfather? Did he maybe ever do anything to you?
No, he didn't. No, honestly, maybe unless I've had like a lapse of memory or like amnesia or something, I don't.
Well, but to have a lapse of memory about things that happened to you when you're 3 and 4 is sort of,
Everybody was molested, okay?
All right, for the sake of the bet, Kathy, wouldn't you say Dad was the culprit here?
No,
it's probably uncle.
But Kathy, it's this is the outcome of
the babysitter. You don't remember?
Never had a babysitter.
You were little. You don't know.
But listen, Kathy, that I was just mentioning this the other night. I was reading some psychoanalytic literature, and the guy was editorializing at the end and saying basically that when will we ever learn as a society that beating children creates terrible psychological dysfunction, and to act out sadistically or masochistically is the routine on people that have been through this.
Like
and she was sexualized.
I can't stand that rhetoric. I really would. I really like to give him a beating.
Let's go.
All right. We got to go to break. We got a Real Big Fish song to play. And I want you to know that 3 is a rarity here on LoveLine. So there's a lot of pushing going on in that back room.
Thank you very much.
I can see the heroin changing hands as we speak. But I'll tell you, we'll go to break. We'll come out and we'll leave with the Real Big Fish song.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Hello, is this LoveLine? I have a problem with my stool. Hello, LoveLine. I have a problem with his stool, too. The phone number for LoveLine is 1-800-LOVE-191. I gotta go. LoveLine, I'll be right back.
White Plains, New York.
This is Dr. Drew.
And Adam Carolla, and you're listening to LoveLine on Arizona's Real Rock, 98 KUPD. All right, Real Big Fish CD, turn the radio off. Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew. We're going to squeeze in one last song.
This is from our new EP that just came out.
All right, no more talking.
Sorry.
We're not going to play it. Why do all the girls think they're fat? Thank you, Real Big Fish.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
Bye-bye.
The opinions expressed herein are certainly opinions, that's for sure. If you'd like a written transcript of today's program, you probably should have written it down yourself. And if you did, we'd like a copy.
LoveLine producer Ann Wilkins.
This broadcast was copyright 1997 Westwood One Entertainment. This music is MXPX on Tooth and Nail Records.
Sit, Obo. Obo, stop dragging your butt across the carpet.